Yeah, it's coming back up again. Fun, fun. This will be it, though. I'm gonna end the show pretty soon because it's. I have no idea why it's doing this. It started today with the game, and we were going good for the first hour.
That sucks.
All right, I think we're back now. One more time. Uh, Yeah, so I'll probably just post up the first part of this video onto YouTube because I'm not gonna stitch them all together. And we're gonna probably, I don't know what's going on. All week long, internet's been fine. I've been playing on the server. Today I just been getting interrupts, timeouts for some reason, brief enough that I have to restart. So if we fail to keep this connection for very long, we'll call it a night. So get your questions in now. Uh, Okay, yeah, we covered everything. Get the downloads, and yeah, when we lose connection again, it'll probably be the end for tonight. So thanks for watching ahead of time, just in case. You never know. But it kind of gets frustrating when I have no idea why it's happening. It didn't happen all week. I've got the latest version of the software running. Yeah, no idea. I've tried different servers. It just kicks out. So maybe we'll get into that train editing tutorial before we lose connection real quick. It won't take long. I'm going to minimize, bring up the map. You are going to find that there are, let's go to my desktop. I am working on my test map, and you can have your unzipped copy of PV17 version 2, and you will go to maps folder and you'll see train system 01, 02, and 03 XML files. Just open those up with Notepad++, or you can do it in Notepad, but it's much easier. And basically, these lines are you need the locomotive at the start. The second train is a box trailer. The third one is a box trailer. And the fourth is a box trailer. Then we have a timber trailer one, which is actually basically you can take these and you can duplicate them. That's the flatbed. It's not the timber trailer anymore. But I'm going to cut this one out and I'm going to paste it at the end here. And if you wanted to add, say, more box trailers into your train, just copy the box trailer line and then drop them in. So now I could actually have one, two, three, four, five, six box trailers. You can add in more of the wood chip trailers, which are the longer ones, or another liquid trailer, which holds the fuel, and the flatbeds, or you can just remove them. But that's your list of for each of the trains, and I'm not going to save it, but that's all you have to do to extend your train, add more carts to it, and then save your XML files. So that's train one. There's one of those for each of the trains, and they can each have different configurations. But just remember, you're going to want at least one of each of these trailers so you can move stuff between the train stations correctly. But yeah, add in your own if you don't mind bigger trains. Now, if you want to add in one of the in-game trains, you would have to point to the in-game folder with the dollar data. Yeah, let me see. I don't know if I have any set up, but I can take a look at another map real quick that probably would have. Let's see how. Nope, not. Oh yeah, there's train system 01. they're using the in game. So there's dollar data wagon timber. If you want to get the timber train, you can find it. Any that start with a dollar data calls it right from your main game folder. So any of those can be added to as well. You can even change the engine out and go back to the standard engine if you didn't like the chassis system engine. But all you would have to do is open up another map to get those lines because even the standard map has those. It just was easy to find me there. And then I could take that and put it at the end of my train just by copying. Oh, you need to have the whole vehicle line. So let's delete that. Basically, you'd have to copy the whole line in. It's not too difficult. Where is it? It's right there. We want this the whole line for the wagon timber can be copied into your train anywhere you want, like that. And that will bring the timber wagon in that actually holds logs. So you can add that back into your train if you want them as well. Thought I'd give you that. I think we're still connected. And we'll go back to play in a little bit until we crash it again. Oh, yeah, we're connected there, but I lost my connection to my server game. Can't keep two things going. Isn't that crazy or what? Let me stick my password in real quick. Hide myself here if I can get connected. It's been one of those days for me. Okay, game is loading. We should be good. Yep, move those vehicles out of the warehouse. You're welcome there, Sapper 509. Move the vehicles out of the warehouse, do a little bit of work at Johnson Farm, and you're good to go. Right from the beginning of if you're just tuning in, that's all you have to do so you can get everything the easy way with this update. Anytime I have to, you don't have to. It's easy. That's the easy way. You don't have to do too much work this time. Just a little bit. I thought well, it's my farm, the Johnson Farm up there, and I wanted more storage space. This is the one I operate, so we brought it in, and I wanted two bunkers. I found that it was all the other three outside farms have two hangars, so why not bring them in? You know? And now I can cover this one and work on filling the next one once I level that sucker out. Let me get this back down to where we were going. Oh my gosh, I got so much farm work to do. Need to increase sour cream output, huh? Those are the things, yeah, I don't know. I haven't had any complaints yet, but I will say this, the factories to keep them all running is almost impossible. I've been working this farm for the past few days just trying to keep the beer factory running by itself. Need to move that garage over. Which garage are you talking about? I think the garages are working just fine on this farm. I've been playing on it. I haven't had any issues. They're close together. There's no space in between them. If you're talking about the hangars or are you talking about the little garages? You can't work that vehicle switcher out. It's been pretty easy to use. If you got the latest version, it works fine with the barns and everything. Smidel, thank you for the host. Simidel. The one next to the bunker. Yeah, we're heading back up there after I dump this at the shell factory. So, yeah, so much for staying on roads. Oh my gosh, I'm all over the place. I think there should be room up here. Yeah, there's room for some sugar cane. Not a lot, but there's some, yeah. Oh, you don't know how to set it up? Uh, Control E when you're in a vehicle. Then you can move it with your up and down arrow keys to put them in groups, just like so. I'm Farm 4, Johnson Farm. To rename the groups, just hold the left control and the number down. So if I wanted to name group 5, I'd hold left control and 5, and it pops this up. And I'll just name it empty for now. And you will see that group 5 there is now named empty. You can name it whatever you want, and unassigned vehicles are at the end. So pretty easy to just left control and E will pop it up, and then hold down when you're in that menu the number that you want to change, and it will change it as well. Did you explain in the video how to install this file? Um, it just install it in your mods folder like any other map. It's you leave it zipped up and just drop it in your mods folder. And if you're already running uh, PV15 version 2, you just got to replace the one that you have if you're starting new. It's best to keep just the one, this map, as the only map in your mods folder. And then the only conflicts that people have had, most of them can be fixed by doing one of these few things. Number one is make sure you have the latest version of Giant's software for the game. So the latest version of Farming Simulator I think is 1.4.4 if I'm correct, but earlier versions do not work. It'll just sit there spinning at the loading screen and never finish loading up. So make sure you have the latest. Number two, make sure you don't use any mods that add additional fill types slash trigger. You can try them, but if you're having problems, those are usually the first ones that cause the issues, and none of the terrain control mods either. So if you like have the, I forget what it's called, but the terrain real terrain mod, that will cause issues with it as well. Other than that, everything else has been pretty much fair game. If you have any issues, just start with the map and start with the latest version of Farming Simulator and try to boot it up in your mods folder, and you shouldn't have any problems. Uh, that one right there. You're talking about back here. I think I passed it, but we'll go back real quick. Hey, SenseFan 1985. We'll head back over here. I'll cut across my field that I have to do sometime, probably tomorrow. That's a lot of wheat. It's actually 3 fields combined here. So, which garage are you talking about? I think they're all pretty good. I don't have any issues with where they are. That one there is just fine. Those two are going to stay close together because I want to have enough room to go around and park stuff on the back. The first one. The first one that I showed you out of these, and that one there. I don't know. I think they're in pretty good spot. Anybody else have issues with where they are? I think they're all working out pretty well. But I'm not going to move them around. You can move them on your own if you want. I just don't want to do that and make people have to clear grass and do all that stuff again. It's a pain in the butt. But I've been working on this farm every day and I haven't had any issue with where the barns are on that one. So I'm happy with it. I have no problems getting around where they are. Yeah, they're not that hard to move if you need to move them. But I've been able to get around the bunkers. What's your point for moving it? What is in your way? Why is it not where you like it? Uh, oops, I'm going the wrong way. That is a bigger question. That would explain possibly yeah, just why did you want it moved? Are you having difficulty where it is for something, or were you just curiosity? As I drive around looking for the field that I was doing, you can get around the bunkers on that farm, both sides of both bunkers, very easily. So I'm not sure if that's the reason or not. At least I can. I haven't had any issues. I've been using the overloader and going right around those bunkers. Yeah, the auger wagon. No problem. I mean, here, I'll show you. I've that's what I'm using. Where is it? This is what I'm using. All I got to do is fold up the header so but oh, you want to go down this side. I see. I never used the auger wagon from that side, but I could see that. Maybe we'll move it out a little bit, but yeah, we got room. We'll let you know next time. I was thinking of this bunker right up there. Yeah, you can go. I made it so you can move these through here very easily, but I didn't even think of that because I just started using the auger wagon, and I usually get in there and flatten it out. But yeah, I could see adding you a little bit of space in between those two. There should be plenty of room going down there. All right, now that makes sense. That is why I asked you why, because sometimes I don't know what people are talking about. And I've been testing the new bunker. So since I bought the auger wagon, not the old one, you got it. We'll work on that for the next update. We'll bring that out so people can get the auger wagon down in through there. I'm gonna be planting this in rye. Yep, I'm back, and we're working and still working on the map, finishing up. Working real good. Anybody finish it already? How many of you guys have finished it out there already? And where? How many of you cheated your way to finishing it? Yeah. Well, we can make a little space there to make it easier. That won't be a problem. And like I said, if we lose connection tonight again, just I'm gonna call it a night. But so far, so good. We're doing a little bit of work here today, getting my field work done. Yeah, an auger wagon. I never thought of it. Trust me, you guys have all farmed much more than I have on this map. I've literally probably farmed more in the past couple days testing out things than I have all year. I actually spent like 8 hours on here the other day just farming. In the past 3 days, I've been trying to. I went from have owning 3 fields to owning all but two on this farm in the last few days, and I've been keeping them all up too. When you make pallets of fertilizer at the farm, they spawn inside the fence. I never even tried that, but that's good to know. We will have to check the pallet spawn points at the farms. See, I knew you guys would throw out more things that need to be fixed after I released it, but let's get them all in before the next update so we can finish this thing up. Spawn point, I'm writing it down. Points for pallets at farms need to be checked out. Okay, I don't. We'll do that. Making of the boards will no longer stop. That's fixed in this version there, TC and me. Yep, this update, just do exclamation point link 1, link 2, link 3, or link 4. Any one of those. Seed pallets also. Yeah, we're going to check all the spawn points. See, those are things that we just never did. We usually don't take stuff out at the farms. We put it in. So you guys are going to find things, I'm sure. It's play styles, really, that no matter how many times we play this thing, somebody always does things differently. So you get your fur from the farm style that spawns fur. Yeah, we don't do a lot of pallet moving around on our server. That's why we just found out a lot of them had errors. We tested them all the other day. We just, but I bet you more people now that the pallets hold 5,000 and you can fit a bunch of them on a flatbed. I forget how many, like 12. It holds more than a box trailer, so more people might run around doing pallets now. Never know. Then we'll find out more issues. No, but we did a good test of the pallets this time through. Graphics on them all should be fixed. Quantities have been upped. Yeah, the pallets are a nice bonus. They are good. I like the pallets. Uh, I don't mind using them. When they were at 2,000 quantity and you filled up a whole flatbed and you had 24,000 and pulling up a box truck could hold 25, it didn't make much sense. But now that you can pull up and get 60,000 on a flatbed trailer, it makes more sense to move around the pallets a little bit. What did I use to make my roads? I used the roads in the original map, the Goldcrest Valley. There's segments, and I pieced them together to form the and rearranged them to make it get a whole new different look. But they're the Goldcrest Valley roads. The long segments are the ones that go right through the big highway, and the short segments are the ones that go through the hills. I just rearranged them to give it a little bit of different look. Yeah, if you had to load each, you would use a box truck. True, the Big Daddy trailer makes it good. If I had to do them manually, I wouldn't either. Let's go back to my other thing. I'm sitting here just relaxing. Oh, yeah, we're almost full. Doing my farming, trying to get this huge. I'll never finish this tonight, but a little bit by little. Yes, you did. There are some railroad crossings in the roads, but no railroad, and we know about that. It's just that those, just pretend there used to be a railroad there, like in real life. They're part of the road, and I don't do model editing, so they're kind of stuck there. We could cover them up, and we thought about putting some bus stops, but that's stuff that might come in down the road, just making like a little bus stop area so it looks more and covering up the little railroad crossings. We can do things like that. There are a lot of things we could do. It's just a matter of time. Where do you get the Big Daddy trailer from Big Daddy? It should be in our mods folder, I believe. Check out the link for PV15 version 2 map or PV17 version 2 map down below and see if it's in one of those folders. I'm not sure. I haven't looked. I don't know where he put it. It might be on his site. Yeah, think of the railroad crossing with no tracks as cattle guards. The one you have, the boards don't load correctly. Uh, the boards have their own setting on this trailer, the one we're using, so and it loads correctly on mine, so maybe there was an updated one. You'll have to check with Big Daddy on that. I don't remember. He's out. Is he still out there? Yeah, look in the balers for the trailer if you have it. It should be in with your balers. If you got the original files, I think it's in there. I suppose I could tab out and check the file list on my other monitor and hopefully not crash the stream. But let me see while you're staring at my thing. 2017 V2 files. Uh, Not in there. It's probably going to be in the 2017 file list. Uh, in one of the updates. See if I can find it. Or it could be on Big Daddy's. Not there. I'm not having any luck. It might be in one of the 2017 file folders. 120 updates. Nope, that's the Homer Combi Pack. Why is it not letting me go back is the question. Uh, yeah, I'm not seeing it. It's in there somewhere. Be awesome to see some new tutorials for some things on my channel. Like what things? Uh, we've done just about all the tutorials. If you go back to the making of the Pleasant Valley map, we've covered just about everything at one point or another. As I was making this map, we went through a lot of things. I didn't cover the script set because it's complicated and it's one of those things that took I didn't know what I was doing till I got it till I got it working. So I don't even sometimes it's just it's more of a troubleshooting, trial and error until it gets right and yeah, then it works. So I don't even think I could do a tutorial on it because I'd have to do the same. I could do a good tutorial on troubleshooting, how to do troubleshooting with that, and until it gets right. But all right, the new version has not been released yet. He's still working on it. There you go. He's got new scripts he's bringing in. I'm sure when he has it ready, he will do a broadcast and we'll let you guys know. I'll talk to him this week, see if he's got any plans. Maybe we can get at least a link for the current one, or maybe he's really close to finishing up the other one. But we'll let you know next week what's going on with the Big Daddy trailer situation, the Great Dane, and the one that we have now. I would have liked to see the one we have now double stacked high with the single pallets, so you could fit twice as many on there. Then you really have a nice load full. If like the wood stacks too high, if we could get a whole layer of the regular pallets. Oh, we can't really because they're different sizes. That's right. Some of the pallets are different heights than others. Like the wool, well, wool might be different, but yeah, some of them are. They're not all the same size. Like the barrel ones with barrels are a little bit taller. So I guess that's why we have one layer. Let me go back to where were we? See how we're seeding here. We're almost out of seed. We might make it. Probably not. It's so nice to have those light poles non-collisionable, isn't it? Yeah, just drive right through them. I do have a few trees on this farm that I want to cut down, though. Yeah, there's a lot that goes into these crazy things, but just actually, a lot of times just to learn how to do things, dissect what is in my map. Open it up in the editor. Don't be afraid to make a copy of it if you're afraid. But open it up, unzip it, and then open up map01 file and then look and see how things are done is probably the easiest way to learn is by and a lot of stuff is pretty self-explanatory in the editor, but there is a learning curve, and if it's script writing, that's not my thing. I can edit things very well, like fabric scripts and stuff. If the script is written, I can get things to work with them. Uh, but yeah, writing a script from scratch, you're not going to see me do it anytime soon. Why are you going backwards? Just you won't finish the field because I got to cut that tree out of there. Give the guy some room. Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting this finished up, but if we can get buildable factories in it, there will be a version 3. If not, I've got plans for another map that we will discuss at a later date because it will be a pretty big project, like I said, and it won't be done for a long time, so I'm not going to get your hopes up. And I don't want to be pressured throughout the summer, so I'm just going to relax on it. When there's something more to show you guys, we will, but right now let's work on this thing. Just if we convert these factories and we can get the building part working, it's going to be quite the overhaul that will take probably a couple months easily. Uh, because it has to be done entirely different than it was before. Not sure if I know about it or not. Issue with the map, but if you're using Courseplay, you can't load the trains at the stations, but can load from auger wagon and transport. You can't. Yeah, I don't use Courseplay, so I don't. You can't load the trains at the stations. Well, that, nothing I can do about it because that's got to be a. You get an error message after downloading the map and replacing the file. Save game requires downloadable content which is not installed. Download the following content. Pleasant Valley 17 V2. It should work just fine. I don't know why you would be getting that unless you're using the original 17 map. This is an update from the original V2 map. It's not. Oh, are more people having that issue? Because what type of system are you running on? Yeah, is that? I'm wondering if it's PC or Mac. We never had an issue, but we've been upgrading it as we go along. So I can. probably, boy, it's been a while since I had to do that fix, but it can be need the name from the old file. The map name didn't change. Are you using PV17 originally or PV17 V2? Because this will not upgrade PV17, but will upgrade the original version 2 map. And I don't know. All right, V2. Don't know why it's not working. Because we didn't change the name of the map, we just changed the version number. Unless you changed the name of the zip file on your end, that would cause a problem. Are the zip files named exactly the same? That would be the first thing to check. Uh, did you take the zip file out of the folder because it was inside a folder when the link folder? Make sure it's just a zip file put in. Has anybody got it working correctly? That's a better question. Of all you guys that downloaded it, so we know that it's working for you guys. The new map file is lowercase for PV. Just copy from the old version, it will work. Oh, maybe why didn't ours work? Um, that's weird. Yeah, make sure the name matches. It should work. I don't know why. I mean, I didn't. I'd have to check. Let's see. Let me see here. Jumping out for a second. The links that you guys have are, ooh, PV17 V2. Did I actually do that? And is the other one actually uppercase all the way? It might be. Just make sure it's named like that. Where is our... Oh, yeah, it might have been all uppercase. Just change the case of it. Yep, you're right. Why did it go through that way? Oh man. Sorry about that, but yeah, PV17, just change the case to all uppercase with the underscore of the file name in the link and it'll work fine. So you just gotta change the PV and the V to uppercase letters and you'll be okay. Sorry about that. We'll get the fixed version up there tomorrow for anybody that needs to get it. The milk ticker at the cow farm is tricky. Oh, the trigger. Yes, it is, but it's the same as any other trigger. So I'm guessing milk trailers. I don't know what we could do about that because those triggers aren't sizable and it's a standard trigger as any other place. I think the milk trailers have a very small pickup point. Just make all the letters uppercase. The PV and the V all uppercase instead of lowercase. And if you rename that here, then it should work just fine with your old one on the zip file. And I didn't even realize that. And why did ours work with that? Was ours always lowercase and yours always? I have no idea. But we had no issue. Yep, there you go. PV17 underscore V2 dot zip. And you'll be good to go. Unbelievable. I didn't even realize that because somewhere in there I changed the name and we just kept on playing and never had an issue. Don't know why. Why it's an issue for some, but it picked up on ours just fine. You know, I think I might know where it came in, why it got changed, but I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to just do my research. Let me check something real quick. I've got so many versions of that map on my thing. Here's my. Why is it here? Just that's what I uploaded. Why did it change to lowercase? That is the question. Because I have it uppercase. 6/9/2017. Uh, today, if I go to my Dropbox, 6/9/2017. Somehow Dropbox changed it to lowercase because I had all uppercase ones in there. And we're running on our server. Let me see how it's on our server. Yeah, our server has it uppercase, but all my other ones went to lowercase. And they all have the same timestamp. So, weird. Got me. We'll make sure tomorrow that when I put the original one in there for everybody that it's uppercase. Yeah, it might be something to do with drop. Yours changed when you replaced. I have no idea. But yeah, the case is definitely an issue. So make sure it's all uppercase if you're trying to continue your old save game. That is so weird. Ours on our server stayed the same, and then I just copied it over to those other links, and somehow it changed it. All right. I think we're just about done for this evening, but we do have lots more to go. We're going to finish up some storage, finish up any of these little things you guys can find out about the map in the next week or so, and we'll wrap up this map hopefully with the last few features that I want to get in. And then after that, I will run my test too to see if we're going to get buildable factories. But if we do buildable factories, the way that, oh, I want to bring this, got to replace the seed. If we do buildable factories the way that I think I might be able to do it, it would mean a new restart down the road, and it would be a few months away with all the work. And I don't won't know really. Don't get your hopes up. I've tried many things that don't work, but I just had a epiphany that I might be able to get it done. So if I can, I will let you know next week. We'll do a little bit of a test. I need to unload my seed. Whoops, wrong button. And reload some rye. Yep, you should be able to. Yours works fine, lowercase. That's just crazy. Well, if it doesn't work, change it to uppercase. I'm sure that there will be a bunch of questions in the forums tomorrow about that. But I'll try to get them the original link when I put it in all uppercase for you guys. So if we can't do buildable factories, we're going to start another map slowly but surely, and we'll see what happens. Got several ideas for one that I've been thinking about. What do I want to do that's a little bit different but is still really cool if I can't do buildable factories? If I can, we may finish this one up in a version 3 and then do the other map in a little bit different style. So That's down the road though. It's the cloud's fault. Oh yeah. Um, do we still have a connection? Am I still coming through? I could try to explain something to you guys that don't mind doing a little map editing, but it is it would fix the sky problem on this map. I didn't do it because a lot of people get confused out there. But there is a way to get the full sky in the map, but it requires a little bit of file editing, and I guess we'll walk through that. For anybody that wants a real 4x sky, we can show you how that is done and where you can get the files. I think we can show you where to get the files. Basically, if you go to Salem, South Dakota, the Dakota 16 map, he has links for sky files. So just Google the Salem, South Dakota FS17, or it's on his Facebook page. Anybody who's been there, they'll know what I'm talking about. I just filled up with nothing. I'm driving around crazy. What am I doing here? I don't even know. I'm driving an empty seeder over to seed a field that, oh well. Yeah, you might want some seed. Uh, so Facebook, his Facebook page for Salem, South Dakota map has, and let me see, it should, I'll see if I can pull it up on my other monitor here real quick. If I can find it, you could probably Google it. Let me Google it. FS17 Salem or South Dakota, let's see. It's FET 3D Mega Map Productions, just Facebook slash FET3D. If you go to, I think this is his page, Dakota 16 FS17. If you go to his page, somewhere in here, there are sky files. Let's see if it's on the top. No. Uh, Click to see more. Right here, Skybox. You want to click that link to get the sky files. Your sky folder at C Program Files Farming Simulator 2017 data sky. So basically, if I browse to that folder, it's C Program Files Farming Simulator data sky. You will see that there's actually 4fox sky files in here. Overcast 4fox. Basically copy them in. It doesn't overwrite any of your game files. It just adds them into your game files. If you do that and put them into this folder, you can still play on servers and everything, but you just need to make one map change, and that I have his folder right here, and you want to go to the map01 environment XML file, and you see where it says $data sky day night for fach.i3d. You would copy that, just that one little line, into the test, your farming, yeah, PV15 v2 maps, and then open up our environment XML and just change it to the new, which instead of day night I3D, it's that one. That's all. Then you'll have a 4x sky that goes beyond the borders. That top line. Save it and re-zip up your map. And I'm not going to do it for you guys, but I'm showing you how that will extend your uh, map sky so you don't have the square box. I'm not going to do it for this version because it will confuse some people. And if they don't get it right and they don't have the sky files, you will not have a sky. But for those of you that do want a real sky that doesn't actually end at the edge of the map, that's all you need to do. Yes, it's a German word for something. Yep, problem fixed. Saving the game will no longer mess up your sawmills. That is fixed for sure, which was the biggest problem that people had. So we've actually had that fixed for quite some time, but then my computer went out and I went on vacation, so I didn't get it to you guys. But now it's good. 4 times. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking that means, but I don't know how it's pronounced, but I pronounced it how I saw it. Forfatch, maybe? I have no idea. I, I don't know German. I know it didn't sound so good when I said it, but it was a clean word. I was speaking German with an English accent. The world is flat after all. Yes, and it has a square box around the outside. But that will definitely give you a new sky, and that's all you need to do. And you won't have to look at the edge. And that sky will actually cover the 16x maps as well, so it's plenty big enough. And it makes this map look a little cooler, but I'm not going to do it like I said because if people don't copy those files in there, and I don't like to have all those extra instructions with my map because a lot of people get it wrong. So it's only for those daring enough to do it. And you could do that pretty much with any 4x map that has the standard sky like this one and has the square cornered boxes that you can see when you're up against the corners. To me, it's not a huge deal, but it is definitely noticeable when you're near a corner of a field just going off the map. And the sky is just, it depends on the time of day too. If you got a lot of clouds it's on the edges of the map, it's definitely noticeable. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. We'll let you know. We're going to see what goes on. As far as the 16x, it could be. Boy, that would be a big project. I was testing some things, but I've been testing a lot of things trying to figure out which way I want to go. And I'm still kind of up in the air about a few things. So, but I got some really good ideas for the next map. What size it's going to be, you'll have to wait and see because I'm not even 100% sure yet. Yeah, no problem. That's what they're for. Make a 1x. You know, the 1x things, I don't think I could squeeze everything I want into them into it. That's why I usually don't. And there's a plenty of people making 1x maps. I like big projects. Uh, if you guys are looking for maps to try out, remember the mod contest release. I don't know if there's any good ones. Did anybody try any of those yet today? The mod contest entries? See anything that they like that maybe I should take a look at? Which one first, if anybody's gone through them, but there are several maps that are in the mod contest. More details. Yeah, more details. You can definitely get more detail in a 1x, but Yeah, four good maps. Which ones are the best ones you think, the four good ones, so I can take a look and see if I can get. I like to see what they have and maybe have ideas and are doing something differently. You never know. Go big or go home. Dusty Cove. If you go to Giant's website, uh, we can do a little bit of that too. I like just jumping on. Whoops, let's get off of there and there and go to farming sim. Yeah, that one. Just Google farming simulator. Uh, where's the link? I guess that might. Yeah, there you go. And go to the mods section, and you'll see a contest FS17 best map, and you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 16, 20, 22 new maps to check out. So he's saying Dusty Cove is pretty good. I'll check that one out. I haven't checked any of these out. Yeah, the Seasons mod would be pretty cool too. That I got to try it out with this map, see how it works. I haven't tried it. It should be okay now. I did try it a while ago and had no problems, but it definitely is a different style of play. Pretty cool stuff. And I tried an early beta version, so I don't know how good it's got since then. What trailer can you use uh, if you have and it's in one of our file links, uh, it is a package that is universal tanks. It's in one of our mods folders, either the probably the FS17, might be the version 2 map, but that fuel tank right there works just fine. Universal cot fuel tank, Cody or COD, however you say it. That one will work to fill up anything. The Massey map pack by Black Sheep. Yeah. Oh, the Massey Classic pack. Yeah, I'm gonna have to download some of those things and check them out and see how they're running. I didn't get a chance to. I've been working on this, and somebody mentioned it popped up, and then there's the cattle and crops little doohickey going on. I don't know if you guys have seen that. Not too bad, but it's not much there yet, and buggy as expected. So it will come along. Ah, he said good night, all. Good night there, Sapper. And I am yawning because I'm getting tired myself. So if anybody has any further questions you want to get out there, let me know. I'll be back next week. We'll let you know how things are going. If you can think of anything you want to ask during the week, just let me know next weekend. And or if you find anything further that you guys might have caught that we didn't, that needs to be fixed before the last update, we can look into that as well. Good night, Doc. Oh, Pleasant Valley for cattle and crops. We'll see about that. It won't be the same map. We might make something. That's a whole new learning curve when that comes out. So we have to wait and see. They don't even have the map editor. see what it's going to take and how flexible it is and if it's even worth it. We'll find out when the game comes out. Where did I put my field? Not over here. I keep getting lost. I know it's over here somewhere. It's got to be around this way. You had a placeable there. Well, that's it. I'm gonna just move that barn over for the next update so you can get the auger wagon down the side just a little bit, enough to get the auger wagon. So everything will shift a little. We'll let you know when that comes to do that, but we're not going to add anything more to that farm. I just felt it needed more garage space over there for me, and it's good to have the hangers because they, when you close the doors, it takes the equipment off the map and makes it a lot less laggy on the server. All right, guys, I think I'm going to call it a night. I'm not even going to finish this field here tonight. So thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next week. And I hope everything goes well with your upgrade updates. And I think we're pretty good. So we'll look at some of those other maps this week. Lots to do. We'll let you know what we find out. Everybody have a good night, and we'll catch you next week. Thanks for watching.